Well, howdy do everyone, and welcome back to the ranch. Good to have you here today. And like I always say, thank you so much for taking a little time out of your busy schedule to stop by for a visit. It's good to have you here. Today's video could get a little bit lengthy, so I'm just going to jump right into it. A couple of weeks ago, I was driving around in our little small town here, and I saw this. And being the good citizen that I am, I decided to investigate. So I went to one of their meetings and collected up all their handouts and charts and graphs and diagrams and 27 8x10 color glossy photos.
And they took 27 8x10 colored glossy photographs with circles and arrows.
Thanks, Arlo. I digress. A lot of the people at the meeting weren't too happy because this plan put a thoroughfare right along their back fence. Or even worse, it put a thoroughfare right through their house. And of course, as luck would have it, our ranch here fell right within the crosshairs of this master plan. Anyway, guys, it looks like I do have a lot of information now for you, so I can kind of give you a good idea on exactly what's going on and what we should expect. However, there is still a lot of confusion. But anyway, we will get right into that right after we thank HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. You know, folks, I may be retired and I may be old, but I still have a very grueling schedule. I have to oversee intense competitions. I have to attend important social functions. I also have to provide constructive sideline criticism for referees. I have to supervise delicate scientific experiments, and I have to adequately manage downtime. In other words, I have no time for grocery shopping or meal planning, and that's where HelloFresh shines. With HelloFresh, there's no worries if you're not a pro in the kitchen. HelloFresh's foolproof recipes arrive pre-portioned and are easy to prepare in just a few steps. Spend less time in the kitchen with quick and easy meals like HelloFresh's easy cleanup one-pan Santa Fe pork tacos, my very favorite, or veggie-friendly sweet potato and pepper quesadillas, which are ready in about 15 minutes. Good food is too precious to waste, and HelloFresh's pre-proportioned ingredients cut down your food waste by at least 23% compared to grocery shopping, which is good for your wallet and also good for the planet. With HelloFresh, you're getting seasonal ingredients picked at the peak ripeness for quality you can taste. Ingredients travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days, so you know they're fresh. So go to HelloFresh.com and use the code DrLee50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. Once again, go to HelloFresh.com and use the code DrLee50 for 50% off, plus your first box ships free. So I encourage you to do what my wife and I did. Jump on that HelloFresh bandwagon. HelloFresh, you'll love it. And thank you, HelloFresh, once again for sponsoring this goofy video. Well, folks, back to where we were a while ago. After seeing this and going to the meeting, I acquired this map. And then I cut it up into small pieces and enlarged it so I could see exactly what's going to happen out here on the ranch. And this is the part in which I'm most interested, the brown broken line especially. The creek in blue forms two of my borders. The green line is my south border. The broken brown line is a proposed public hiking trail. My property line goes to the center of the creek, so as you can well see, this proposed hiking trail is all on my property. And one other interesting thing, the purple line is one of the new proposed thoroughfares. And looking closer, I noticed the new highway, again in purple, crosses the creek a few hundred yards from my southernmost border, right where the red circle is right here, as there is already a brand new massive bridge in that very place. And I don't think they did very good planning on this. Whoever thought this area would be a good hiking trail is a little bit cray-cray. We've had floods in the past where I'm standing right now would have been under 10 feet of water. You can see Mark in this area looking at a limb up in a tree that a flood left. That's how deep the water gets right through here. Granted, there's not much here today, but after a few good storms, it fills up in a hurry. Not a good plan for a hiking trail. Okay, so we have terrible flooding down there on that side of the dam. On this side of the dam itself proposes a problem. And here's the situation. So if there's an easement through here for a public hiking trail, what is to prevent your average John and Jane Doe from doing this? If someone walks out there and falls off, and it's about a 15-foot drop on the other side onto limestone, guess who's liable for that? The city? No. It's my property, so that doesn't seem to work out real well. So anyway, we got flooding down there. We've got the liability of the dam and people crawling out on it and falling off of it here. And then down this way, a 60-foot cliff and a helicopter right there. Okay, I'm on the south part of the ranch right now, showing you just another reason that this would not be a very good place to put a public access hiking trail. Okay, as you all know, let me get this right here. As you all know, cameras flatten things out. You can't tell how steep anything is, but this cliff right here, we're on top of a cliff, and it's hard to appreciate that on camera, I know, but that's almost a straight drop down, probably about 60 feet. Just not a good idea to have a public access hiking trail with something that dangerous right there. We always used to worry when the boys would bring friends over to camp out and they'd play capture the flag and things like that, and out here in the dark, and I just knew some kid was going to wind up. We'd always bring them down here first and show them where the creek is and try to keep them on the other side of the ranch. But anyway, guys, not a smart idea. So if the proposed hiking trail does indeed come as it shows right along this river edge, right along this cliff, they probably need to deny access to old people like me and young crazy kids. So like I said, it doesn't seem real smart to condemn an area as a public hiking trail without ever going and checking it out. Nobody ever came out here to look at it, I guarantee you that. I don't know. And there's a lot of confusion because people out here in the county, like me, we can't vote on city matters. The only people that can vote on something that happens in the city are people that live within the city limits, and that's understandable. However, this master plan is being made by the city, yet most of it will happen out in the county, in places just like this. So the people at the meeting, their concern was that the people in the city will vote for this because they feel it will alleviate a lot of the traffic problems, put it out into the county, and the people out in the county, like me, can't vote on it, meaning that the people who it will affect the most, people like me, have absolutely no say on whether it will happen or not. A lot of the people at the meeting also said that if you put a new loop around a growing, really popular, busy town like this, that all it will do is invite new businesses to populate all along the new loop and just drag in that much more traffic. So it's not like you took care of the traffic problem, you just made it a bigger problem. So I don't know. And like I said, folks, a lot of this could just be hearsay. It's up to the powers that be to straighten it out and make a rational decision, and we can hope and pray that they do. Well, folks, we'll continue to go to the meetings and see exactly what happens and where this thing is going. And like I said earlier, there's so much unknown and so much misinformation right now, it's hard to say. So some of the stuff I told you today may not be correct, but we'll let the powers that be educate us, so we'll have a better opinion on that. I'll let you know what's going on in the near future. And folks, if this thing does come through to fruition and we wind up with a public access hiking trail on our ranch from one end to the other, a lot of people are going to be happy because they will be able to come visit the original Demolition Ranch 1.0, a bucket list item for many. A few things you need to be wary of. If you're down there, about the last 500 yards, don't fall off the cliff. 2, if you're on that side, don't come out here on a really rainy day, or your body may be found down in Boerne somewhere. Number 3, if there is a public access hiking trail on this ranch, don't expect to see any Carrikers. We will no longer live here. Know what I mean? Well, guys, that's about it from out here on the ranch today. Once again, thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day and stopping by for a little visit. It means a lot to me. God bless you all. Once again, thanks for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time. And I want you to always remember I love you. Bye-bye now. So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's gonna learn you?
That's a mistake.